Okay, so let's just get to it. So welcome again. So today we're doing part 2 of my January class. Yesterday I demonstrated 3 of the cards. Today I will do 2 more cards and some treat boxes. But first I want to start with just recapping the class. So this is a new style class that I'm doing where I'm providing the class for free through this live video and then making it available on YouTube. So that part's free. You're welcome to make the projects on your own with your own supplies, that you have. If you would like the class packet, that is available, and that's $30. That includes shipping. What it includes is a quarter pack of the Love You Always specialty paper. Now these are the foil papers that are one-sided. They're beautiful. You're going to get 3 yards of the Blushing Bride metallic ribbon. That's really pretty. You're going to get a quarter pack of these matte black dots and a quarter pack of the heart charms. A little bit of baker's twine that we're going to need today, actually. Now, this plastic, they're not going to come in this plastic thing. It'll be in a plastic bag, but I just happen to have that. And then you're going to get 2 treat boxes. So that is the class packet, plus all the project doodads kits. Cardstock, envelopes, everything die cut, embossed, punched out. So all you're going to have to do is the stamping. So, hey, Jamie Gibbs, because we cannot do any stamping for you. So that's what you get in the class packet if you would like it. And the dates for that, so yesterday and today is when I'm airing it. I've got the RSVP for a week from now, next Wednesday on the 20th. So that's when I need payment for the packet if you want that. Then I order the materials. I should have them by the 29th. Fingers crossed. I mean, nothing's back ordered, so nothing that I need. So I should have it on the 29th. And then I can cut everything and pack it all up over the weekend and get your packets shipped out on February 1st. Those are my goal dates, but they're all dependent on delivery, yada yada. So that's what we're doing today. Yesterday we did part 1, today we're doing part 2. And like I said, comments yesterday, I couldn't really keep up with them while this was going on. So I'm going to try, I'll go back probably tomorrow because I do have I've got a webinar at 1 o'clock. So let's just jump in. So our next project that we're going to start with is treat boxes. These are really cool. They're in the new catalog. They're a sliding box, and there is no adhesive needed for any of this, for the box assembly. Now the wrapping, that's different. We're going to cut our designer series paper. So you're going to get 2 of the treat boxes. And actually, when they come shipped, I'm going to have to fold them a little bit more just so they fit nice in a package. Because when you're mailing something, anything hanging off like this, it probably won't end up very well. So we want to fold it in like this. This is just me showing you how it's going to come shipping. And then it would be folded up like this. So expect something like that as far as the packing. All right, so let's start with the assembly. This treat box is a 2-part thing. The sleeve is super easy. We just unfold it and then push these score marks. So there you go, we have that. Easy peasy. Now this box, I believe they're food safe. Actually, let me check that. I don't want to tell a lie. I think they're food safe. Although I would still put wrapped stuff. I wouldn't put, raw brownies or something. At least use wax paper or something like that. Where are these things? Oh, number 4. Yes, food safe. Okay. Good to go. So you can definitely put some treats in there, homemade treats. So we want to fold all of our score lines. And I just go around folding everything in And I just fold it the one time. Like I push it in and give it a press. I don't go like bend it backwards and forwards. I don't do all that because I think it really breaks it down too much. So one fold is good. All right, now assembly. This is going to take me a minute. I think this is going to have to go this way. So these are our side pieces, these little flaps. We start with the flaps in, and I gotta get this out of my way. So we're gonna bring this side piece in, and this is gonna go like that, okay? And we kind of have to hold it in place until we get these other ones. All right, so again, bring this up and over those two flaps, and like that. Now this, just like this, is not holding itself in place. We need to add this flap. See this thing here, that little cut mark? That's kind of like a locking thing for the last piece. So we've got this in here, and then we fold this one in, and that flap locks in there. That is super easy. I can't stand it. All right, and then this will slide right in the other little box, okay? So I like this. This is really a good size. About 4 1/8 by 2 3/4, and it's like 1.5 inches tall. I like this for like party favors, wedding, like a wedding gift, because you could totally put like some handmade chocolates or something and a gift card in here. You could do the same for Valentine's Day, like candy. Birthday could have a little birthday gift. I mean, something you could roll up and put in here, and gift cards or money, and a little card. You could make a little card to put in here. And we're not doing that today, but it's totally possible. All right, so you've got your 2 treat boxes. Then in your kit, your packet, I've already made this tag, but you've got 2 tags. You have 2 colored circles. These are 2 1/4 inch circles. This one is Rococo Rose and Blushing Bride. Then you've got 2 2-inch circles. The tags, you've got 1 of each. They are 2 by, I think, 3.5. I wrote this down. Yeah, it was 3.5, but then I punched it. And you may notice I punched them with different tag toppers. So the one has like an ornate tag punch, and the other one has a fancy punch. I know it's hard to see against the box, but yours will be punched and embossed with the Parisian Flourish embossing folder. So let's start with adding our charm and our tag. So I'm doubling that up, and I'm putting it in through. Let's assume this is the front because it's the raised up bit. Then I'm going to attach my tag or my heart charm to one of these. So it's kind of like floating around, and then we'll take the ends of the baker's twine, let me make those even, and bring it through this loop on the back. Okay? So then the heart kind of dangles a little bit, but not a ton. All right, and then I want to tie a knot at the end of this. Okay. Whew. I may want that to be shorter, but we'll see. All right, stamping. I'm using the Meant to Be stamp set just for you. If you want to make this Valentine's Day, if you want to make it meant to be, like this will be good for if you're using this for a wedding favor. Totally. Just for you, that could be for like any time. I'm actually going to make this one a Valentine's. So I'm going to use Memento ink, my black ink, and I'm stamping it right here. Now, if you wanted to emboss this, that would be good too. Silver, or if you could try to match the foil color, that would make it interesting. All right, and just taping this. So this is how I like to do a lot of my tags anyway. Emboss the background, then build up something, you know, the bit for the top. So we're going to use dimensionals on this. And I think I just did like 5 across. I don't want to go, this circle hangs over the edges, so I don't want to go right to the edge because I don't want those sticky bits, you know, poking out from the back. All right, so, and then we're going to put this at a jaunty angle. Now this one I ripped the end because I like the look of that. This one I'm just going to leave it, I'm going to leave it not ripped. But I am going to use some black dots this time. So let's do a big one. I'm going to put that there. And actually, we're just going to go with 2 this time. Put 1 there. Okay, so I'm digging that. That's our tag. Now for the box, since I've alternated the tag colors, I wanted you to make one of them the Blushing Bride and the other one the Rococo Rose. But, I mean, you'll have your paper. It's up to you. You do what you want. But this one, I'm doing the Rococo Rose. Okay, so let me get this out of the way so I can get my cutter in. You want to cut your paper at 4 1/8 inch wide. And we do want to check and see if there's any pattern directional. And there kind of is. So see how I think these, it doesn't look right. I don't know if that pattern shows up. It seems like the leaves are going the wrong way. So they should go that way. I want them both the same. All right, and cutting it 4 inch wide, that means it's going to go this way. So if you want the pattern to go this way, you know, if you wanted it up and down, then that's what we'll do. All right, did I mess those up? I want to make sure they're the same again. Are these going in the same direction? Oh, and you know what? That's right, because I cut the paper. It might not be perfectly. Crikeys. All right, this is it. So I'm cutting 4 1/8. And 4 1/8 is because that is the width of the box. All right, now I'm not doing any scoring. I'm going to fold this around by hand, and you want to save your strips. All right, so I had to cut 2 pieces because the 6x6 does not go around all the way. Now to get this, since we're using 2, I want to line this up as close as I can. Oh, and look at that. I got to trim that just a little bit longer or a bit shorter. So much for measuring, right? 4 1/8. All right, let's give it a little smidge. Just cut it off a hair. Okay. I mean, this doesn't seem like a big deal, but it kind of is. I don't want it hanging over. All right, you're going to need some strong adhesive. I'm using the old Fast Fuse. You want something stronger than your regular card tape. So if you had sticky strip, that would work too. I need a sip of coffee. Okay, so we want to lay this down to the edge. So this is where I want the edge of the paper to come, right there. Then we're going to press it, fold it with our fingers. So we're hand folding it. All right. Squeeze it. Then hold it up here again and wrap it around. And then do the press, rub it again for that way. All right. So it's going to get wrapped around like this. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other one. And just to make sure, I'm going to start on this side. So again, I'm putting it right up to the edge where I want it to go to. Press this. Give it a squeeze. So when you do that, it makes it just a nice, crisp line for your wrap. All right. Now the tricky part, I did this with a box last week or so. I don't want this side hanging out. So I want this top layer to cover up this flap, like that, okay? So I have to first attach these, both of them, but not completely. And that doesn't make sense, but it will in a minute. All right, so tape. Butting this up so it's all even. All right, so I'm not gonna tape this part yet, but I do want this part taped. So I'm gonna have tape here, this shorter flap, and you could have cut this shorter flap down if you wanted, like use that little bit on a card, but I don't bother with that. All right, so let's bring this in, tape it down, okay? So then we've got, these pieces are open. But now when I go to add tape, it's gonna cover up this whole bit, which is what I want. Because I don't really want people to know that I pieced it together. I want it to look nice and cohesive. So then we'll wrap this around. And all I want to do is make sure the ends are the same. And I may do a little trimming there. All right, so this is super easy. If you did have 12 by 12 paper, you would just cut that different. So, because you could probably get one strip to wrap around. All right. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I'll make sure I've got this. Yep. All right, now pull out your ribbon, and we're just gonna tie ribbon around and then add the tag. So if you were gonna leave this on a table, like a gift table, I may take the ribbon and go around this way just so that nobody can slide by, because I don't trust people. Nobody could slide by and, you know, slide this box out. So if you were gonna leave it somewhere, I might do that. For me right now, because I'm probably just gonna give this to someone, I'm just gonna tie it like this. And I'm just doing a knot. You can do a bow, obviously, if you want. You can do what you want to. That sounds like men without hats. What? All right, so I'm doing one tie, and hold that with one finger. And then I'm gonna bring my tag around and fish this one tail through the baker's twine. That's how I hang my tags off. All right, make this tight again. And then just finish tying this in a knot. Beautiful. I love it. So this is where I said, oh, that part may have been a little long. So in that case, I pull this tight and kind of like retie this a little bit. I feel like I need a crochet hook though to get in there, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. Quit messing with it. Okay, so cute. Let's just trim and trim. So we've got our 2 treat boxes. That, oops, I just hit something on my iPad. Whoopsie. So there you go, 2 treat boxes. I think they're beautiful. And you see the difference. Ripped, not ripped. I like the ripped edge because I think it just gives it a little bit more texture. Sorry, I needed another sip of coffee. Okay, on to, we've got 2 more cards and then our class is finished. Next we're making a square card, and I'm using the Beautiful Friendship set. You're going to want to use whatever. Hi, Leslie. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. You're going to use whatever fits in this punched out part. And I've got flowers, so whatever flower set. And here's what I'm using, Beautiful Friendship. I love our Beautiful Friendship. So I think that's appropriate to send to one of your girlfriends, you know? Why not? All right, so you're gonna wanna take out a piece of your Rococo rose paper, and I'm just gonna set that off to the side, show you what else comes in your kit. So this is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2 square, and then we dolled up the inside too. You're gonna get an envelope. I still mail these cards, these little square cards, in a medium envelope because A, it fits, and then B, you don't have to pay extra postage for mailing a square card. So if you can get it in a rectangle envelope, why not? All right, so you've got that envelope. Let's see. This is already scored, so let's make that score line. You've got a piece. This is 4 by 4 for the inside. So let me, and actually, I have this little strip here, but I don't need that yet. I'm gonna wait on this because I have to cut the foil paper, and I just wanna make sure it doesn't hang over, because see how I've got, it's just a little 1-inch strip down the side. So let me put that there. You're gonna have a pre-punch tag. This is the Label Me Lovely punch, I believe. And then you're gonna have a piece with a notch cut off the side. This is for your stamping, so you can stamp and cut out whatever flowers you're gonna add to this. All right, so let's cut our paper first so I can get this part done on the inside. So since our card is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I wanna cut this Designer Series paper to 4 by 4. Because that'll make a nice layer. 4 by 4. All right. Now this piece that I chopped off, it's already 4 inches, which I need to go here, but I'm going to cut this down to 1 inch. All right, so I've got a 1 by 4 piece. And then, like I said, all these little strips and bits and pieces, we're gonna add this to the pile of leftovers. And we'll tape this down. And I like just a little white border along the right-hand side. So I like to do this first because if anything's hanging over, which it is a smidge, there we go. Just that little sliver would be enough to bother me. All right, in the garbage. And then I will add this to the inside of our card. Now I like the strip on the left because I write here. If you want it over here, if you want it here. Actually, let's make this one here. That part's up to you. Okay, and then we will add our foil piece. These foil papers are so pretty. Okay, get this right in the middle, and then I will put that off to the side because we're going to do a little embossing. I have it going that way. Yeah, the curly side up. And I've already got this mounted. Here we go. So when I'm stamping on a tag or something small, normally for your stamping, you want the block to be like as close to the size of your stamp as possible. So normally I would put this on something like that and just stamp it. And that is because whenever you're inking, it's just invariable that sometimes you do some rocking and you will get it all over here and then it may end up on your project. So generally you want a smaller block, as small as you can. But when I'm working on a tag like this, I like a block that's bigger than the tag, especially with these clear stamps, because these edges actually get in the way. Like I can't really tell where the end is if I'm trying to center it. So I want a block bigger than what I'm stamping on so I can see the whole thing through the block. And that's just me. But I think it's a good idea. All right, so I'm gonna do my embossing buddy, and I'm embossing this one. I did this in gold because this foil is kind of like Rococo Rose on Rococo Rose. So gold works, silver would work too, I think. So let's get our Versamark, get stuff out of the way. So my nice new Versamark, somehow I already got brown in it. It only stayed good for about 2 months. Not a surprise. All right, and I do need to bring this a little closer so I can see. I kind of want these letters to be straight. All right, stamp it. But you see how it's just easier to see where you're going, even with the clear stamp when you use a bigger block. If I wasn't using Versamark though, if I was using like red ink or pink or whatever, you do want to be careful not to get it all around everything. Just generally. All right, now let's put some powder on here. And I like to do it twice, maybe 3 times. And give that a couple of good flicks. Nice. All right, now I'm gonna have to heat this up and cook it. Let me funnel this back in. And then we will stamp the flowers and cut them out. Now, if you were using a stamp that had a punch or some dies, that would be good. All right, let me heat this up, get this going. Okay, that's good. So you know what I just realized is that I forgot to plug in my microphone today. So how are you guys, how is the hearing? Like are you hearing my voice okay? I mean, we're halfway through it, so it's kind of too late. But actually, I think I can just plug it in. Let's just do it. Can't believe I forgot that. And then put this on. So does this make anything different? Can you hear me fine? Hey, good, Rose. Thanks. Okay. So we've got this embossed, and we're ready to build our card. So I use how one side of this ribbon, the glittery side, like I said yesterday, matches the Blushing Bride better. And then the satin side goes better with the Rococo Rose. So that's what I used here. And to get this down, I tape the ribbon down first, and then we will add our tag and then the flowers. So I want to get my fast fuse or whatever sticky, really sticky tape you have. And this is just to hold it in place. And it's hard to see on the foil, but I see 3 strips of tape there. So the way I do this, I call it the swoopy loopy. So I put the tape here because I just want to be able to catch the ribbon on the tape. And I'm folding it like that, and then one more. All right, and that's gonna fit right there. All right, and then we will trim that, finish with that, and then we'll get some more dimensionals. Where did I put those? Underneath my other stuff. All right, and I'm going to use the bits around the edges because it's good to use them. All right, and then let's do this whole line right down the middle. I feel like that looks good. That's not going to go anywhere. Get this tag on. And the tag is going to cut, it's going to cover up the tape that I put. So I didn't put the tape across the whole thing. I only wanted it to put it in the middle where I knew this tag is going to cover it. All right, so there's nothing hanging out that you can see. All right, now flowers. I have already stamped one and cut it, and I cut out my leaves, but I'm going to show you anyway. So on your stampy piece, we want to take the rose from this set, and I've got my Rococo Rose block. And I stamped full strength, and then I stamped off once, so I didn't re-ink it. That's how I got the two-tone. All right, and I've already got one cut out, so I need another darker one. So Rococo Rose for that. And then the leaves, still from that beautiful friendship, soft seafoam. Any green would do, really, here, because there's absolutely no green in the paper. So you could use pear, pizzazz, you could use old olive. I just like the soft seafoam for, I don't use it enough. All right, so I've already cut my leaves and one flower. So all I really need to cut right now is these two, and then I'll put that off. And again, these flowers are very easy to hand cut, but depending on what you're using, you may have a punch, you may have a die, whatever you have. And you may have decided not to even make flowers for this, because it's your card. You can do whatever you want. All right, just quickly going around. And I like this stamp set. It's one of those distinctive ones, so you get like different gradations of color in there. I like it. All right, let's drag this down. So first I want to attach my leaves, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to use mini glue dots for that. And let's grab the glue dot right on the front of the leaf. And this is all like placement. Like I know I'm going to want to put this one here, and I want the leaf to hang off to the left. So that's going to go there. Let's do this other one. And I'm just following what I already made. This one's going to go here, and I want it to be on the left. And then this one will be here, kind of hanging down there. So I don't want anything covering up my words. All right. And now we're just going to use more dimensionals to attach our flowers. I feel like I just had those. Oh, right here. Geez, someday it is a struggle to remember where I put everything, and it's right in front of my face. All right, so we'll attach that. And then this one, let's use these little side strips. All right, that's going to go down there, and then this one is going to sit like here. So I'm going to put some right down the side. And you could go in and put glue dots there too, but it's not going to go anywhere. All right. So there's our card, and then we're going to finish it with some more of our matte black dots. And I think I used all the same size. No, wait, I got one bigger one, two bigger ones. All right. Totally got that wrong. So I've got a bigger one here and a smaller one. I kind of want to put that right there, but I need it to be, all right, right there. And then another bigger one right there. All right, so we've got our group of 3 here and a group of 3 here. And that is pleasing to the eye. All right, let me move these out of the way. I'm not done with my Versamark. So that is our 4th card. All right, last one. So our 5th card is going to be using a new, this is a new embossing folder. It's called Painted Textures. So it looks like paint, like you slopped up paint somewhere. I like it. Actually, I need a sip of coffee. Okay. We're also going to be using a square vellum doily. I had to have these a couple months ago, saw them in the catalog, and then I did absolutely nothing with them. So we're using that. I should put that out of the way. All right, we've got our card base. Blushing Bride. This is 5.5 by 8.5. So we're going to fold that in half. Give it a good press with our bone folder. Flip it around. You have Very Vanilla. This is for the inside. Whoopsie. I'm going to tape that in right now. Oh, I feel like I've got embossing powder on my work surface. No bueno. All right, you're going to need a piece of your designer series paper. Actually, you may not need to cut this because from all your, let me put this off to the side. From all the strips and bits and pieces that we've cut already, and I've told you to save, you probably already have one that is what we need. And actually, that's where I got this from. So you'll go through your pile, pick a strip. This is 2 inches. If this is like 1 3/4, like it's close enough. All right, so you'll get a little strip and cut it to 5 1/4 wide. And that's what I've done here. You've got your embossed piece. So look at that paint texture. Isn't that cool? I think that's the back side. This looks more like the top. I love it. All right, you've got a punched out heart or die cut heart. This is from the Stitched Be Mine dies that I was using. That goes with the Meant to Be stamp set. All right, so, and you've got your vellum. So we'll put that off to the side. And your envelope. Envelope's always good. Okay, so I'm going to use some liquid glue. I'm going to attach this foil piece first to the embossed bit. And I like a little border at the bottom. If you want to butt it right up on the edge, that's up to you. I feel like I got glue on me, but I don't see it. Tell you, I've had some skin things, so I haven't been able to wear my rings for 2 weeks because all this hand sanitizer has like given me a blister, and I can't get it to go away. But I do go to the doctor tomorrow anyway. Oh look, there's glue. All right, it's somewhere. All this hand washing and hand sanitizing, and then my fingers are cracking on the edges. It's, yeah. I'm sure my struggles are the least. All right, so I'm holding this for just a little bit. And then I'm ready to put my vellum on. So with the vellum, I just took some tape and put some right there in the middle, and I stuck it on at an angle. because the heart that we're going to emboss is going to go right over that. All right, so don't worry. Just put some tape down and you're done. So when I made the sample, I used gold embossing powder, and this foil, I'm going to try some copper embossing foil and powder this time. Embossing powder. And since I used that Happy Valentine's Day, I just got to clean that off real quick. Try to get everything organized, and then it's always something still. Appreciate you guys being here. I knew it was going to be a struggle to get everybody on board with 2 days in a row, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, most people watch later anyway. All right, this paper I already had glue on, so notice I've got the border around that. I used the two-way glue pen for that. So I'm actually going to stamp the greeting and Versamark and emboss that first, heat it up, and then I'm going to go back and paint on this border with my glue pen and emboss that. All right, and this, I'm not worried about getting it like straight, perfectly straight, because I want to like cockeye the heart anyway. So let's ink up our Happy Valentine's Day. And if you didn't want to make this a Valentine's, you know, whatever you can fit in this heart. All right. Okay, that looks good. And we'll see how it goes with the copper. Classy copper. Now this is very old Stampin' Up! Powder. We have copper, I think, but it's just called copper. Classy copper was from a long time ago, but it still seems good to me. All right, let me funnel this back in. And heat it up. Oy. Ooh, yeah. So it's hard to tell what color this foil is, but I'm really thinking it's more like copper. Is that even showing up? The copper's a much better match. Okay. All right, now let's go around the edge. And since I got the S like kind of close, I just have to be careful around that edge. That's all. All right, so let me make sure my glue's going. And I know we don't sell these anymore, but for some reason I have probably 5 or 6 of them in my adhesive drawer. All right, so that's nice. And it's not going to be perfectly even because it's kind of like hand drawing that glue. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to heat this side up and then go back and do the second side. I like it. And because I use the glue, it's kind of like bubbles up. That's interesting. I really do like this look. All right, so I'm going to come around here and add the glue around this side. And same. Embossing powder. Ooh, that looks good on the first go. Okay, a little bit more cooking. 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 A little bit All right, having seen this now, I can truly say I do prefer the copper embossing powder with the Rococo rose foil paper. I think it's a closer match to the copper. I think. I'll get this, throw this right away, since that has glue all over it. Okay, now I'm just popping this up, this heart, and adding, we're going to tie a bow with our ribbon. And so I've been using this, my bow maker contraption, but sometimes, actually I'm just going to do a knot this time. So I want to put this at a little jaunty angle. I want to do a knot just so you see the difference. So here's the bow, and then we'll just add a knot, because I do want something. Now if you don't like it, how it's the glittery side up and the rose side down, you just have to do some twisting, I think, to get the ribbon to turn around. I've seen other people do it. There we go. And then you decide which side you like better. I like the glittery side up, but I like the bow side on that, so that's what I'm going to go with. And then we'll just put that on with a glue dot. And then I did not use any of the black dots on this, but you could if you want. So that's our class, the January Love class. So let me bring everything back so you can kind of get an idea of everything that the class packet includes, or everything that you can make. Now, I'll tell you, when I made the sample and what I did live, I used one set of the paper. So I said we get a quarter pack of the paper, quarter pack of this, quarter pack of that. I stuck to that quarter pack of everything to make both sets, and this is what I have left. I have a bunch of little strips, and then I have like a whole piece of the Blushing Bride. So even though the class packet only includes for one of all these cards and everything, you have just enough supplies. You can make two, so you have just a little bit left over. All right, so then we've got these cards. Remember, we did our wedding cards yesterday. Sending love. And then we had our wreaths and our boxes. All right, so that is the January class. So I want to thank you. Hi, Vicki. Thanks. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. So this is the class. Next month, I will tell you, I've already designed it. I worked on that in December, and that is going to use the Berry Blessings stamps and paper. And that's a thing. That's one of the celebration items that you get for $100. And I'm going to have a few different options for that. There'll be an option where you can use a hostess code, buy your $100 worth of stuff, get your stamp and paper, and then you'll get the packet for free. There'll be another option where you don't use the hostess code. You just have to get those items on your own, and then you would pay for the packet. And then there'll be a third option where I have extra stamps and papers that I used my freebies for when I put my order in last week. So that's a limited number, though. I only have 4 of those, and those will be the most expensive item or option. So that'll be February. But January, I hope you love this, enjoy it. And, oh, that's another thing. If you're watching this from my Facebook page, my business page, Toni Tessler Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, there should be off to the side, I don't know how it looks on different devices, but there should be an area for groups. I have a group called Toni's Stamping and Sharing Group. So if you make any of these things from the class, whether you're using Stampin' Up! Stuff or materials from your own stash, please go over to join Tony's Stamping and Sharing group and post your projects and say, January 2021 love class, this is what I made. Because I want to get more people using that and sharing. The idea of it was stamping and sharing. But I can't really force people. I guess everyone's shy about posting stuff and sharing their work. But please go over there and share what you make. I'd love to see it. All right, so that's it for today. I will be back here on Thursday with my regular weekly video. Right now I'm thinking I'm doing some more Valentine's, but not so much like heart stuff. Think other things. So anyway, thanks again for being here, and I will catch you later. I'm going to get this loaded up to YouTube now and get ready for my thing at 1 o'clock. So, all right, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.